Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my 11-month update for Pan That Palette and Baby Pan That Palette. My voice is slowly returning back to normal. Still a little froggy, but I feel fine. I've basically felt fine this whole time. It's the strangest cold I've ever had in my life. But if I sound funny, I guess I had a cold. I don't know. I'm also wearing my glasses today because I've had them on all day long, and when I take them off, I have like indentations on my nose, and I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe I should just keep my glasses off, but I just feel like all I can see when I'm editing my videos is the glasses mark that's left behind when I take my glasses off so I can film. So I thought about leaving them on for today. I don't know. I figured I'm realizing that if I keep my head kind of downward, I don't catch the glare from the ring lights, but the second I tip my head up, I'm catching the glare. So I don't know, maybe this is a huge mistake, but I'm just gonna leave the glasses on for this video. I can see pretty well without any glasses on, but it's getting more noticeable. Things are a little bit blurrier now that I'm a certain age than they used to be. And when I take them off, things do get a little blurry for me. Anyways, let's get into this update. I've been doing a Baby Pan That Palette for years and years and years now. It's ongoing. The only rule for Baby Pan That Palette is that it has to be a palette with 5 pans or fewer. So far, I've completely panned a duo and a quad, and I'm working on another duo now. Going very slow. I'm struggling really hard with this one for some reason. I like this duo very much. I have no complaint about the shadows or the quality, but for some reason, I just don't reach for it. I'm working on this little Smashbox duo. I'm holding it upside down. I'm working on this little Smashbox full exposure duo. I received the sample in an Ipsy Glam bag years ago. And every time I post an update about this over on Instagram, I get somebody who's like, what palette is that? I don't think you could get this anywhere. I think other people might have gotten these through like Sephora Plays or other subscriptions, but I got mine through Ipsy, and yeah, this is what I'm trying to pan currently. Let me show you a picture of what this looked like last month. And this is what it looks like today. I'm guessing there's not a lot of change. I did probably use this once. I used this once for sure, maybe twice, but no real progress, unfortunately. No surprise there either, though, is that it's been going so slow with that little duo. I just need to focus in on it and knock it out, but I don't know. All right, let's move on to my Pan That Palette. I am a member of the Pantastic Ladies, and this year the Pantastic Ladies chose the theme Size Matters for their Pan That Palette, and I chose a palette with 100 pans, so I figured it was an appropriate palette for the theme Size Matters. Let me show you a picture of what this beast looked like last month. And this is what it looks like today. Okay, so what's new? I did not finish any pans over the past month. There's no new empty pans of eyeshadow, but I did hit 2 new pans, and I expanded some existing pans. The first existing pan is this one up here. This is the shade I've been using as my brow bone highlight every single day. And I had a little bit of pan showing last month, but I've definitely expanded the pan significantly. This is the shadow that I've been trying to kind of wear down evenly. And so I'm actually hoping that I could finish it off sooner rather than later. I don't know if I could finish it off by the finale next month or not, but it's thin everywhere around the entire pan. And so I do expect to see continued progress. Let's move down to this shade right here. I don't know if the pan expanded too much, but I have been using this shade every single day as my brow powder. I feel like I spent more time kind of wearing down parts of the pan that were thicker rather than expanding the pan. Next, I worked a lot on this shade down here. I'm wearing it today, and I've been wearing it every day with this eye look. This is my like crease and transition shade. And as you guys know, I've mentioned this several times, but this is the look I've panned the most over the past month. It involves the blue from the Dude You Pan My Battleship project, and it involves the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow that is part of my Deck of Panning project. And I actually have an Urban Decay Moon Dust that I'm topping off that Super Shock Shadow with, that's also in my Dude You Pan My Battleship. So 3 of the shades that I'm using the most from day to day are not part of this palette, but I am using this shade in my transition area every day with that look. And I think I've expanded the pan quite a bit. For some reason, I just feel like that shade is going faster than other shades in this palette. One of the new pans that I hit in the past month is right here, this kind of foresty emerald green shade. I used this quite a bit over the past month. The second look that I was panning over the past month involved that shade in my outer, like the outer half of my eyelid. And then on the inner half of my eyelid, I would sometimes use my gold shade from my Smashbox palette, or I think I used something else. I can't think of what it was. I think I used this ColourPop Super Shock Shadow a few times with this shade. I don't remember. I feel like there was something else I used. But anyways, with that eye look, I tended to put this pink shade in my crease quite a bit. And so I hit pan on that pink shade over the past month as well. So those are the 2 new pans that I hit this past month. And then the only other pan that I feel like I expanded is this one up here, which is just kind of a skin colored matte shade that I like to use to set my eyeshadow primer when I am using a clear eyeshadow primer. A lot of times I don't use a clear eyeshadow primer. I'm using like a shimmery base. And so I don't like to set those with that powder, which is why it's not gone yet. But I am getting close. I think it's possible I could finish it by next month, but I don't know. I just haven't been reaching for it that consistently. I am happy with how this palette is looking right now. Those last 2 pans made me feel a lot better. So as of today, my stats are, okay, so if my math is correct, out of the 100 pans that were originally in this palette, I have completely finished 5 eyeshadows, and I've hit pan on another 15. So to be honest, if the finale was today, I think I would be pretty happy with that, but I do still have 1 month left in this palette. Well, I guess not quite a month. I have like 3 weeks left. I'll probably be wrapping this up on New Year's Eve. But I think everything I do between now and then is just icing on the cake, and I'll be happy with where I'm at. I have finally solidified my plans for next year as far as pan that palette, and I'm really, really, really excited. Things have taken an unexpected twist that I did not see coming, and I cannot wait to tell you guys all about it on January 1st. But I am not going to be panning this next year as my Pan That palette. I can tell you that much. But I am going to be continuing to work on this for next year. And again, I will tell you all about that when the time is right, when we get a little closer to New Year's Day. But this is not going to be my Pan That palette next year, but I am still going to be working on it. And I'm really excited. I'm not ready to put this down yet. I've never felt that way before. Historically speaking, when December 31st rolls around, I am so excited to put whatever I've been working on down and give myself a fresh start. This year feels different. This year I want to keep going with this. There are shades in here that I don't feel like I've used enough. There are shades in here that I feel like are so close to being finished and I want to finish them. And I just have so much more to do with this palette. Honestly, that blue shade in my Juju Pan, my Battleship project, basically prevented me from using all of these blues, but there's a couple of these kind of like teal blues or greeny blues that I really, really like, and I would like to play with a little bit more. Obviously, I could pan this entire row of pinks and be fine with that. A lot of these neutral shades, I really don't feel like I've discovered much about. There's so much more to learn about this palette. So I'm definitely looking forward to continuing working on this palette in a different project. And I will tell you guys all about that as soon as I possibly can. But I am going to be starting a different Pan That palette for next year. And I'm really excited about that too. Can't believe this year is almost over. It's really quite shocking. Okay, so that is where we are at with my Pan That palette update for the month of November. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.